Bienvenue chez Team. The taste of squab is very interesting. It's more refined than duck and not nearly as strong as partridge. It's one of my favorite game birds. Today I'm making it with a sauce that begins with a syrup of green apples. Le goût de Pigeon est un peu spécial. C'est beaucoup plus raffiné qu'un canard et moins fort qu'un perdreau. Aujourd'hui, je propose un plat qui commence avec un sirop de pommes vertes. I'm pouring freshly squeezed apple juice, you see that's green apple juice, into a saucepan. And with it, we need to add a teaspoon of coconut sugar and just a little bit of cinnamon. This now needs to be boiled down, and it will change colors, but it will be an apple syrup when it's finished. Here is our syrup after it has been reduced. You notice it looks a lot like maple syrup, and in fact you could use that on pancakes. You could make a big batch of that, and it's certainly more frugal than buying maple syrup these days, which is very expensive. Anyway, this has a wonderful taste of apples. It's pungent and delicious with that hint of cinnamon. I have here a dressed squab. This one was already prepared, so I didn't have to take the entrails out of it, which you probably wouldn't want to have looked at anyway. Look what we have, some liver and a heart. I'm going to use that later. I'll use the liver, if not the heart. I don't have squab that often, so I like to really do it special. So I'm going to cook the legs separately and make one dish there and then another dish out of the breast. But at any rate, it still needs to be chopped up. And while I'm doing this, I wanted to say that squab, like duck, does not have issues with salmonella. A lot of people are so worried about, they have a bottle of Clorox every time they've got chicken out, and they're continually spraying it every which way. And of course, you don't have to do that here. You know what? I think that I need a sharper knife to do this. Well, we'll just make do with what I've got. So the legs have to come off. And usually if you just twist that, you'll have better luck. Here's what is left after all that surgery: 2 breasts, a liver, and the legs. The legs I'm going to roll in crushed pistachio and I'll probably pan fry and roast them till they're done. They can take more heat and are not so much a problem. The breasts, if you want to keep that beautiful rose color, which you do, that's how it's served. And remember, no problems with salmonella there. You're going to have to do it sous vide. So what I want to do is just put some salt and pepper on it to start. There it is, a little salt, not a lot of it, and just a drop or 2 of olive oil. These can go into one of our slider bags and be prepared. They're ready to go into the water bath, and I'll show you that part in just a little bit, but in the bag they go. You're looking at a fresh truffle. That's a summer truffle from France. It was just delivered at my door, and I got so excited I nearly dropped my camera. They do have the same scent. It's very definitely there, that truffle smell. Now, it's not as intense as the black winter truffle, the Perigord truffle, but this will do. It's midsummer, so that's the best we can do. Because this taste is so fleeting, we want to do this at the last minute, but I will slice it very thinly when we garnish our dish. To make the sauce for the squab breast, we need exactly 3 things. The first is that syrup that we worked on. This is the apple syrup, a good little bit of that. And then I'm going to use some Demi Glace. This is some that if you'll see, it's got a reddish tint to it. I made it from vegetables and not from veal bones, but you could do it either way you want. And then the crowning glory, look at this beautiful jigger full of Calvados. In it goes. This needs to boil down just by about half, and then we'll finish it with butter, and the sauce is ready. Our sauce is reduced. I'm going to shut it off the heat, And then I'm just going to put a lot of butter, as Julia would say. There's a nice big lump. Now, here's a trick. If you want this sauce to stay clear, do not boil it and just gently swirl until the butter has incorporated, and it will stay a very beautiful, bright color, and it won't cloud over. Now, when that's done, you can just let it sit and then rewarm it gently when you get ready to plate your squab. The witches from Macbeth would have gone into the vapors if they ever had to cook sous vide. But it cooks things to perfection. All right, the squab breast is now going in. It's going to cook at 56 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. And when it's done, I will take it out and pan fry just the skin side to brown it. And it will retain a beautiful rose color. So in it goes. While our squab is cooking, I'm going to do some garnish. What I'm going to do is just put some green apples in with that. Turn them down on one side so they cook, so they brown properly. There we go. The squab just came out of the water bath, and so I'll open this up and dry it off on some paper towels. Oh, beautifully cooked. Incidentally, I tasted the sauce since last I spoke with you, and it's me that got the vapors. Oh, it is just wonderful. The flavor of the apples and the Demi Glace and the Calvados is just amazing. All right, in it goes for 1 minute. I've begun by plating some of our green apples and a little bit of Parma ham that I had. That goes very well with squab. Look how beautifully that browned now, but the thing is, we want to see the pretty pink part, so we're going to stack it like this. And I think next step would be to put these truffle slices on. So, that looks good. Let's see, I have some beet puree. There it is. This is the first part of the squab. Part 2 is yet to come. I'm going to pan fry the legs of the squab. Notice I have them here. You can see that a little bit. They're crusted with pistachios, and I put it in the refrigerator just to let it set. And we're just going to put that there. It needs a little bit of salt and pepper, so I'll put that on in a minute, and then we'll see if they can get nice and brown. Well, let's see what we have here. It's been cooking for a couple of minutes on side 1. Yes, beautiful. Well, that one got a little bit too done, but that is the risk sometimes. Now I'm going to lower this heat and just let it continue. You could either put this in the oven or just continue it this way for a little bit. It'll be done in just a couple of minutes. I just unmolded a little bit of purple potato puree. It kind of has a lavender tint once you put other things with it, as in cream. And the next step will be to put on our squab leg, which I, as you can see, dusted with a little bit of pistachio. I think we could use just a little bit more of the same sauce. We'll do a ribbon of that there. And then to liven it up, I have a little white tuile, which is kind of pretty. And as lavender is in season in my garden, I thought I would just use one of these here. And to finish, I have a little bit of puree of broccoli. And that's it. The second part of our squab dinner. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to this channel. It makes it easier for other people to find it if it has more likes and more subscriptions. Bon appétit.